one-handed snap this week because I injured this thumb at work. So, what is hatching, Toga peeps? OldManTup coming at you today with our Week 10 Battle of the World Battle Entertainment League. That's what it is, right? Yeah, WBE. We are playing the 8-1 Gator and the Florida Gators. So let's see how good we can do. Let me know what you guys think about this setup. Completely redid my desk. We got a new swingy arm thing for the microphone, so it's not plopped on my desk in front of me anymore, which I really think I'm gonna like for recording. So the team builder was recorded with that, but there wasn't the webcam, so I moved a few things around. So let me know if the volume is still decent, and if not, like I said, we can just adjust a few settings in editing to be able to get that figured out. But anyways, guys, this is week 10. We are currently sitting at 3 and 5, 4 and 5. How many games in a row have we won now? 3. We're 3 and 5. No, 3 and 6. This is week 10, so there's 9 matches. Yeah, we're 3 and 6 going into this week. We beat. Who was the first one we beat? We beat Uzi. We beat Cybertron. We beat Uzi. Last week we beat Game Boy Luke, and now we are playing Gator. Yeah. So let's take a look at the team he brought. He brought Kangaskhan, Archeops, Donphan, the Zeraora, the Celebi, and the Keldeo. So taking a look at this team, I'm very surprised he didn't bring something like, Heatran, which we prepped super hard against. Did not make any teams or changes to the team that was in the team builder before the battle. So that was what we had. As always, the link to the team, the Poke Paste for the team, will be top thing in the description. Another thing in the description, if you guys want to get some the new beautiful Alolan Pirattata merch from the Onage shop, that link will also be at the top of the description. Check that out. And before we get into this, because I always forget to do this if I don't do it first, so my apologies to anyone that may have happened to, go check out It's Gator. He's amazing, his content's fantastic, and the dude is just a great battler. So go check him out. Shout out to Papa Twigs, shout out to the front office, and shout out to Zero, who has recorded who has gen for me, Papa Twigs, who has recorded for me. Anyways, guys, enough talking. Let's dive into this battle. We're going to lead with Gliscor just because the most common things that he could be leading with are possibly Zeraora to get a quick U-turn, a Suicide lead Archeops, or just it pairs up well against his team. So we're going to see him lead Kangaskhan here, and we're like, okay. That's not an issue. I mean, if it's max speed, it'll outspeed us. It's probably just going to fake out. And that's fine. We are just going to switch out into Keys of the Kingdom, our Klefki, because it will take next to nothing from that. And we'll get it almost all back from leftovers. Now, we're going to make a cheeky switch right back out into Gliscor, predicting an Earthquake to come from this thing. And get free poison heal activation. That is exactly what happens, so we make a really nice play there. Now, I don't know if he's going to stay in or not. He may or may not have the Ice Punch, depending on whether or not this is a physical variant. I'm going to guess it is. And we're just going to set up our Stealth Rocks, and we're like, okay, that is awesome. Now, we have this Archeops sitting in front of us, which is probably just going to set up his rocks. Wasn't sure if he might try and click something like Taunt. I have run Archeops in draft format, so I do know that it gets things like Taunt. We're just going to knock off in the event it has like Focus Sash or something like that. In the event it was a lead, and that's exactly what it has. So we know we can kill this thing with one hit. Once we get it to 50%, its attack gets halved, so we don't really have to worry about getting hit hard with anything. We're going to see a Rock Smash come out here, and this thing has Defeatist. It does not have Rock Head, so that is going to take it below the 50%. So we know we're not going to be getting hit as hard whatever it throws at us next. But we don't want to take an Earthquake, so we are just going to Magnet Rise this turn. I really thought about just defogging straight away. I didn't. That was unfortunate. We Magnet Rise, and that's ultimately just a wasted turn against Zeraora for free. So that's no good. We do get the leftover recovery, which is fantastic, because that's what we have to get our health back. We're going to go right into Gliscor, predicting a possible Plasma Fist, or maybe even a knockoff coming from this thing. He goes for the Plasma Fist, which shows us that we don't know what item he is yet. Now, I really didn't think he was going to stay in here, because we brought this to be able to take a Hidden Power Ice, and we take that very well, considering it's 4 times effective. And we just went for a knockoff, and it's just like, that's no good. So, we could have killed this thing. We just tried to make a good play. And apparently, someone else... Go away, Siri.
Sorry, just trying to help.
And she's freaking out. So, unfortunately, we don't get to take out this Zeraora, which would have been fantastic that turn. And we knocked off its Life Orb, which is helping us and hurting us at the same time, because he's not slowly whittling himself down, but he's not hitting us as hard. So, we do have the HP ground, but because we don't have any investment, we don't hit it hard enough to kill it. So this is one of those things where, you know, it would have been nice if he had gotten the extra turns of Life Orb damage, because we would have survived the boost from the last one, and he would have died this turn. And here I make a huge misplay not going for Defog. I wanted to stay in and not switch out in the event he tried to get cheeky with predictions and went for an HP Ice trying to catch me on the switch. Not that it would have mattered, because he would have outsped us anyways. So we go into Rotom. But now his rocks are for sure on the field the rest of the time. He's going to go out into Archer. And I really thought we might be seeing Celebi come out right here. And we just go for the Dark Pulse. And that is going to take out his Archeops. So our Rotom's going to get a little bit of health back. He's going to go out into Sakura here, which is his Celebi. Now, we don't want to take Giga Drain because we are not defensively invested at all. Like I said, in the team builder, we're mostly speed with HP. So we're going to go out into Nightwing because, in my opinion, this at this point is just a sack. It doesn't stop what it was brought to stop anymore. And luckily for us, he is going to burn his Z move here, which, surprise to me, was not Bloom Doom. But he just goes for a Cidered Shiki. Yep, he goes for a Shattered Psyche. That is going to be more than enough to take out our Gliscor, and that was a fairly noble sacrifice in order to get rid of that Z move, because I don't think we have any resists on the team. So we are going to go back out, or not go back out. We're going to bring in Trophy Wife on the death here, and luckily for us, it doesn't reveal to him whether we're leftovers or not, because we're Z-Crystal this turn, or this week. He's just going to go into Keldeo. We set up a substitute here, and at this point, I'm almost a little bit upset that we didn't just nasty plot that turn, but we couldn't risk him attacking. And we're faster, so we knew the sub was good move anyways, but this is going to allow us to get off our Z move, and unfortunately, without any kind of boost, because we aren't modest, this is not a guaranteed kill. And I think we had to, like, max high roll. And I mean, like, the upper half percentile in order to possibly be able to kill after Stealth Rock damage, and I don't even know that we could at that point. So, that's unfortunate, but I want to get as much damage on this as possible, because like I said in the team builder, once this goes down, if I can get to +1 with Charizard and he has no Scarfers, I win. So, that is the ultimate goal right here, but because Rock's up, that's going to be really hard, because we don't have the ability to live hits from as many things anymore. He's going to go for the Scald here. Luckily for us, it isn't going to burn. He's going to continue to Scald. And I'm really surprised that he's offering this up as a sacrifice. And he is going to snag the burn this turn, which is very unfortunate because it limits our options at this point. But we are just going to get the Sludge Bomb off. And because we're burnt, this is going to take us to a range that we can't switch out and switch back in to Stealth Rock, which is super unfortunate. So I don't want to switch out, risking to get hit by a Psychic from anything, so I just leave in Roserade here. So Roserade getting the kill on the Keldeo, but unfortunately not getting much else there. But I also wanted to stay in the event that he had like Nasty Plot or something like that. I didn't want him to get it up for free. So we're going to set up the sub here. Not sure what he might try and do. In the event he switched out, I did want to be able to get behind that sub, because the only thing faster than us on his team now is the Zeraora, which is going to get hit hard with rocks when it comes back in. We do just go for the Shadow Ball. Now, if I remember my calc correctly, that was a roll. It was in our favor, but it was a roll, which is why I didn't just outright Shadow Ball the first turn, because I didn't want it not to kill without possibly trying to go for the substitute in the event he were to switch and him get in Kangaskhan for free. So he fakes out, he has Scrappy, and that's enough to kill us, and that shows us that he is a physical variant, because I think there was a chance for us to survive the wall attack. And I was not expecting this thing to be jolly and outspeed us, but it may even be able to outspeed us at Adamant with our investment, but I was not expecting it to outspeed us at that point. So that made me really sad to see Rotom go down for ultimately nothing, when I could have brought in Charizard, had Rotom left in the back, and at this point, like I said, have Rotom in the back. And if that was the case, we would have been able to outrage this turn and have something back behind us. So the Dawn Fan's going to come out here. It is going to eat this outrage, even though the rocks are up. Like I said, we couldn't get to +1, so it's gonna live the outrage. That's no bueno. And Mega Charizard X is gonna go down, and I wasn't even thinking about that. Had I been playing a little bit smarter at the time and preserved that Rotom in the back, all he had left after the Dawn Fan was the Zeraora, and we probably could have taken one attack from that with Rotom, because we had the HP investment, and then been able to kill the turn after that, and that may have actually been the difference in the game, now that I'm looking back at this match. And that's a little frustrating that I didn't take that. I was just so convinced we were going to survive one of any hit that Kangaskhan was going to throw at us that I didn't even run the calc. And oh man, that's frustrating. Somebody wants to double check that to see if maybe that would have been better. That's just in my head. I was going to survive because I had Toxic on Rotom Wash, Toxic the Kangaskhan, and then work from there. Wow, I really didn't realize that I hosed myself that hard right there. Someone double check that for me. I'll probably run a calc after this anyways. But anyways, guys, I'm OldManTup. Thank you for watching this match. That drops us to 3-7, I think. I think 3-7 or 4-6 were one of the two. So that's where we're sitting at. But we are at the we're just below the seed above us that's in the playoff race. So believe it or not, at this rate, if we were to win out, there's a very good possibility that we could make the playoffs. A lot of the matches, when I went to record this battle, hadn't been played out, so I didn't know exactly where we were as of this week. But from the results of our matches and the matches that have happened going into this, we are still very much alive, and there is a possibility. So you're telling me there's a chance, memes, that we could make playoffs. And our next three opponents are Kyle A, Jodor, and we finish up the season with Mewtwo Fan Nate. Now, they are currently the bottom three in the conference we are in, so that is very positive outlook for us that we could sweep the rest of the season. Now, I'm not saying that we will, but if we sweep the rest of the season, that puts us in a really good spot that we could be positioned to take for what is ultimately the wild card spot for the playoffs. And that would be fantastic, being able to make 2 playoff appearances back-to-back from the GBA into the WBE, and that would be awesome. Be a great confidence builder, and it would show that the Pittsburgh Pirattatas have come quite a ways and maybe get that monkey off our back of just being the biggest losers in any league we're in. But anyways, guys, enough of that. Let me know what you think about this battle in the comment section down below. I think I botched the end of that match, and it cost us the victory. I really do now, looking back at that. So that's on me for not doing my due diligence and checking the calcs. But anyways, guys, I'm OldManTup. Thank you for sticking with me, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.